Hello and benvenuto to Life's Questions and Lessons. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. This season, we're going deep to help you rediscover who you are. So let's get started with today's question. What are the disguises of overwhelm? What are the disguises of overwhelm? So, we are starting our new series, which you guessed it, is all about the disguises of overwhelm. And I am so excited to start this series. I'm always excited because this podcast really serves as one way that I'm able to share what has helped me in order to hopefully help you navigate through your own emotional and mental challenges. And this is one that I am most recently and to be honestly currently going through. And I don't think we've had an episode in a while where I was recording while I was like right in the middle of something. So you let me know how this goes. But I was recently talking to a member of my wise council, and she was actually talking about her business. So she's like me. So she has a full-time job and she's, creating a business on the side. And something she was struggling with was, kind of reminding herself that I didn't start a business to become overwhelmed, right? And when she said that word, it really hit me in a totally different way than it typically does. So if you're just now listening to the podcast, if this is your first episode and you know nothing about me, I am not someone who is overwhelmed. Like, I live a very, what's the word? I was going to say rigid, but that's not actually right. It's like my time is very much protected. I don't have people in my life that are negative or drain me. I don't read things that, drain my energy. I don't do anything that I don't want to do. All of my life, everything that is in it is by design. All of these things that I talk about with you as well to really help you understand that you can create a life where you're not overwhelmed, where you're not stressed out, where you're not feeling like you're doing all the things and not getting anywhere. So had to provide you with that context if this is kind of the first time you're listening to the podcast, because I was feeling overwhelmed and I didn't even know that I was overwhelmed. So I really, really wanted to bring this as a series because I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Overwhelm is like the master of disguise because it hides, but it's so sneaky. It hides behind all of our hopes and dreams and passions, like literally right behind it. Like, oh yeah, you could do a little more. This is something you're passionate about. You have time to do this. Come on, you said you wanted to help people. And I wasn't even aware that I was overwhelmed until it had completely consumed me. And I went through this process with my wise counsel of, communicating with them and like, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. And one of the warning signs that really alerted me to explore what was really going on was I didn't want to do anything to, associated with like marketing the podcast. I didn't want to be on interviews. I just was like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be on LinkedIn. It was just this feeling of, I don't want to do anything. And usually that means I'm overwhelmed, but it was such an overwhelm had disguised itself so well that it was so challenging for me to see that that's what was going on. So as you're exploring this question for yourself and kind of thinking about, what's to come with this series, I really want you to think about, is there something in your life right now where there's a warning sign where it might be a disguise of overwhelm, where maybe you're tired all the time, or maybe your interest in something that you really enjoy doing, like it is the thing, whether it's, it's yoga, it's walking, it's calling your friends once a week, it's going out to dinner, it's cooking, your creative outlet, like literally whatever it is, and you find yourself completely disinterested, that could really be a sign that you're overwhelmed in some other area, right? In some other area of your life. So I'm really excited to navigate through this series with you because I have discovered quite a few disguises, and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you and us really navigating through this together to better understand overwhelm, to know how to, what we need, what type of support we need to proactively prevent overwhelm from consuming us. So that's what I have on my heart today. Thank you, as always. Thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you are listening to my words. And if this episode was helpful for you, please share it. And until next time, take care.